What is up, everyone? This will be my Kindred jungle video, and I'm going to show you everything you need to know on how to play Kindred jungle on the new patch. So I think Kindred is going to be really OP, especially with some of the AD carry items being buffed. I think Kindred's already in a really good spot, and the build I really like to go is Triforce into Collectors, into, Lord Doms, Wits, and whatever items you think are really good. In that situation, you can go into them. You can go into more Bruiser or more crit as well into a possible IE. Those are the items I really like right now on Kindred. For Kindred, always remember to mark the enemy jungle level 1. For pathing, you can start wherever you generally want to start. It's really up to you. This game, I probably want to start topside because pathing bot seems really good for us. We have a Draven Nami lane, very aggressive. You want to start W level 1, and you either want to start red or blue. Your early game, this meta is a very heavy full clear meta, so you do want to be aware of full clearing. It's never bad to full clear in my opinion, and it's really good for Kindred, especially if you have a good early game. So you always have to have a good early game. There's nothing wrong with playing like very passive early game. She does benefit a lot by playing a bit more aggressive, but overall I would say just make sure you play around your farm. I'm against Skarner jungle, a very annoying jungler, but it should be fine. So here I just want to kind of kite as I'm doing my camps, and then I want to Q as I'm in my W. So important abilities to note about Kindred is to understand that when you're in your W, your Q, every time you Q, it gets this cooldown reduced by a lot. You're going to be maxing Q first, then W generally. And you're just going to make sure you understand that because that's a core thing. A lot of times, if you want to know if a fight's good on Kindred, you have to sort of be more aware of your W positioning. So you see the circle around you, this zone, think of it more like an empowered zone. You're really empowered in it. Your wolf does a lot of damage. Your abilities sort of have reduced, counter effect on them. So it's just very powerful for you. So just think very much around that. So here I'm just going to play for a full clear just because I think this game is a bit, spicy, or not spicy, but a slow game. So I'm just going to play for that. Here you always want to kind of E the big one. You can get it to crit as well when it drops below a certain HP. That threshold sort of scales off of your stacks and all that kind of stuff. So here I just want to, W. I'll probably save my E because I want to drop it before. I want to drop it low in the crit range if I can. As you can see, there is the crit range right there. Here you can kind of kite. If you mess up with the Q arrow not hitting the red buff, you can just make sure you kite around a bit. So my goal here is to get the crab. The crab is always going to be marked. Skarner is heading bot side as well, so he didn't really full clear yet, so I have this advantage, I would say, where I can just kind of play off that. Honestly, in these games, I really emphasize on just play safer than aggressive. You always want to be a safer here. I think we're going to go on the Skarner here. He might flash, so I just want to be able to flash after him. And here I want to make sure I chase and help Draven there. Beautifully done. So we're really happy with that situation. What's awkward is the top crab is marked and I'm all the way on bot side. So there's a few ways you can do this. I can just book it there and say, you know what? Maybe I want to play for top crab. Maybe Skarner running there isn't going to be good, especially because he doesn't have flash. So maybe I do want to contest that. So we have TP coming in. So what I'm going to do is actually mark Gragas because I think Gragas is probably one of the easier champions for us to kill afterwards. And if he's here already, we can easily kill him. So here he's actually not. So here we actually just want to fight him. But I'm actually just playing for the crab here. And I want to ping my team know that Skarner, it has no flash. He's very easy. Kindred's really good into melee champs, into like champs that don't have the best like kind of mobility. Here you always want to kind of play for, honestly I think Phage is the best component. You just want to get the Phage component. It's really OP. And Phage, and then you want to go into this one. Sheen is usually the last component you want to buy. It's just really bad. You really don't want to invest much money into it unless you can one buy it later, but just prioritize when you're going to Triforce, which is honestly the best first item. Some people go Kraken, but personally I think Triforce is just the best item. It pairs really well with Collector second too. It gives you that ability haste you kind of lack, that I find, and it just scales you really well. So there's something I didn't touch on the crab. If top crab, oh, this is interesting. I could possibly get a third mark here if I go for bot crab. So what we're going to do is actually book it here. And just see if we can make something happen here. Also important thing is your W heals. You can see the stack up there. It's a very interesting mechanic. Honestly, they're so low that I think we could just kill. I'm not really prioritizing the mark yet. Just because I think we can probably kill. She speeds me here. Alright, I'm probably gonna go for the bot crowd. That was a bit of a waste of time, honestly. I needed to get the jump over the wall. But I just stopped LeBlanc's base, and that's something. No flash. I mean, you're not really going to have easy times getting on these champions. Skarner has a good avenue to do the grubbies now. But honestly, triple mark just sounds really nice right now, so I do want to play for that. He's slow, so if we can hit bubble, it's a kill. And I mean, Skarner being here is actually just really good. It's really good for us. And we're happy to keep him here. I actually don't want him to base. I actually just want to keep him here. Especially with Draven coming up. Skarner. He's still around. Skarner is the mark. Remember, guys, we need this mark. We didn't get the mark, but there's a mark here. So this is our fourth mark. So fourth mark is the most important for Kindred. If you can get it really early, it's really good. Also, I didn't really say, but we're playing in like Diamond Masters MMR, so that's the division we're in right now. I would say Kindred is just really, really good into like early game weak junglers. Like if I can play against an early game jungler like Skarner, who's just very kiteable, or someone who I can like sort of utilize my dash ability. Champs that you can sort of kite are really good for you. So some AP junglers are going to be really hard for you that if they can poke you out. Kindred just does not do well into that. But even though I'm also playing like hyper aggressive, you don't have to play hyper aggressive like this. I'm just doing it because the enemy team is really... Skarner has made a lot of mistakes. He ganked without full clearing. And he failed the gank and he gives me an early advantage, right? So this game could have been a really slow game as well, and there was nothing wrong with that. Like I could have played a very slow game here. And here I don't do dragon. Dragons are really hard to do. What I like to do is grubs. Even though they're both up, I would only do dragon here if I felt like we would not be able to get the grubs because fighting there would be really hard because the mid and top lane are really strong, but I don't think so. Them getting dragon here is honestly fine. I don't mind at all, especially because it possibly sets up, you know, a red buff steal here. So I can probably steal his red buff here and get another mark. This one's a bit greedy. When you go for invade marks, it's always risky, but because we just saw that dragon was slain, it makes it a bit more, you know, safe, I would say. So generally I don't like doing this, but this is like Skarner telling me like, oh, hey, by the way, I'm not going to be here, so have fun. Have at it. I'm very strong, so he can't really win this. And another mark. Should have saved my ulti, maybe. But honestly, don't think I could have got a cast time on. So I'm like literally Mark City. Like we're already 6 marks. I'm very happy. You're not going to have as many marks as this, but then me jungler, if he's griefing, just keep marking him. Keep marking easy fat targets. Like Gragas, real large, real chunky. You want to mark people like him. It's very good for your game. And listen, if you're getting marks like that, it's not bad. It's never bad. Obviously, I'm giving up farm, a little bit of farm to do it, but listen, if they're gifting you marks like this, the value of marks are insane. Kindred is very happy to have 6 marks by 10 minutes. You're not going to have these many marks, I promise you. So just remember, it's very unusual for them to fight this much around me. So I'm happy though. Just run to me, my man. I'm very strong with my Triforce buy, so always kind of keep kiting. There's no fight that you're going to lose. Also, there might be a chance for us to get the Krug mark. So here, I'm just going to play off the Krug mark. Remember, your Q, when you dash inside your W, it reduces the cooldown, right? So you always want to play on that. I think Skarner could be here, so I'm just going to run away now. You heal a lot as you're farming. Kindred especially, your W heals off of your missing health. And it has a very big heal. This guy is actually coming for me. Crazy. And you can see the attack range. Once you get 7 marks, your attack range goes up when you get 4 marks, and it also goes up every 3 marks after that. So now we're actually at, let's see, 600 attack range. Really OP. So really happy about that. Okay, now I'm going to get flanked, so I just have to run around a bit. You're such a rat, Gragas. Oh, but I'm happy. Like, listen, this game, 7 marks. You know, we feasting on that. Plus, I got another Void Grub. This is a situation where I probably just want to farm a bit and just slow things down a bit. I'm not really able to kind of... Like, I feasted on them, mark-wise. I'm happy with... My mark investment is skyrocketing. And here I'm going to buy boots. Obviously, usually you want to buy tier 1 boots earlier. But I just had a really good buy for Triforce. Armor and Merc are like the best boots you want to go. You could go Swifties if you're against like a lot of CC. Swifties is good in that regard because of... Swifties is good in that regards because of when you if you get the Feast of Strength, which we already are about to get. It's a lot of value. So here I actually want to kill this guy, but without W, it's a bit tricky. So here we're gonna have a Q reset. So this is another mark here. We're at 8 marks now by 12 minutes. Quite good. I'm gonna be honest, it's quite good for us. It's a good game to be a Kindred here. And from here I just power farm and I wait for good plays. Where you're gonna find yourself failing on Kindred is where you're overextending a lot, going too deep in positions because you're so vulnerable. You're very delicate, squishy, like a rose. You have to play far back. But when you're against like advantage situations, you have to try to be like a bit aggressive, right? Like when I'm against like a weak Skarner or like kiteable champions, or champions that don't really have like good abilities against me. If I have a good jungle matchup, obviously I'll feel more confident to walk in. If the enemy team was Lee Sin jungle, or if they had like Jin Zhao jungle or something like that could easily, easily just dash on me and like really hurt me, then I'd be a little cautious. This invade, like, do I really want to invade right now? I really don't need to, right? It's a bit dangerous. I don't have my support, I don't have my teammates. Even though I'm like giga strong, probably like Sundrip Wu status, solo leveling, I really don't want to go solo. I don't have any shadows around me. You just have to continuously sort of play around your team. As strong as you are as an individual, you group up with your teammates. They empower you in a way. Like in this situation, just grouping up with my team will somewhat empower me. Oh my god, what the hell's going on? Where is my team though? Draven just got kidnapped in front of me. We were 2 split. I don't know why Nami's trying to flank them on the left side. If she was with us, with me and Draven, we would 100% kill her. Nami, what are you doing? Uwami? Group up with the people who actually need you. Boot-wise, honestly don't know which boots I want to get. Yeah, it's probably Merctress angle, so... I should have maybe... I mean, I couldn't really ulti Draven. It's not going to go well. We just need Nami to be on our side. I'm a remark Skarner, so I'm pretty happy about that. I straight out... If I can DPS, they're just going to get destroyed, right? So it's no big deal. Even though we have the feats, upgrading our boots isn't really a priority yet. It's not really a big deal either, so don't worry about that. Once we finish our 2 items, we'll probably look into upgrading, but I really need my collector right now. And if they were stacking a bit of armor, probably next patch, Lord Doms might be really good for the item. Wit's End is good if you're against like a heavy AP comp. This game, we're definitely going to go Merctress, right? So what I want is to have like shorter number fights. So I want like 2v2s and stuff. I want like this fight. Fights like this are really good for me, where I can just help Irelia, for example. These sort of fights are good for me. And I also need my support to actually roam around me, which she's doing now, which is good. She just buffs me up here. Like, they stand no chance in the team. Just keep healing me. Yeah, Triforce makes you really beefy. I prefer to go Triforce every time. Oh my god, I should have just kept running, I guess. So really is really good there. Really strong here. Wonder if this gives me a mark, because I damaged him not too long ago. No, oh it did. 9 marks now. 1400, so awkward to not have this, but it's okay. I mean, the marks just keep going up. As we're getting our items, we're just going to become God. We're slowly becoming God as well. This being marked, I mean, I'm going to bury my little booty over there. 9 marks by 16 minutes. I mean, it's looking good. Get your pickaxe, head on over there. Wait for me. Yeah, I mean, if your team is not playing well around you, you just have to sort of... Like, I don't want to be giving things away because of how incredible I am. Like, what would Sungdrip Wu do? That's what I sort of think about. This gives me a mark, so hopefully she waits a bit. Aurelia, I mean, we do have the feats now. We have 625 attack range. Our goal is to just be really safe as well. We don't want to be overextending fights too. It may be a Merkdra's Angle, so we'll probably go Wits End third item. Our team is still trolling, so this game is not nowhere near like over. So I just have to play really smart around myself. Problem is if I depend this Skarner comes from the other side. I can't just wait clear it. I think he might be in my jungle, so I'm gonna go check. But yeah, you always want to mark people who seem killable. People who have to go in are usually good marks. Oh my god, Lulu's there too. I actually live in my jungle. I do need my MR now. It's a bit unfortunate, but we are scaling, so don't worry about that. It's all about the Mark City, baby. Surprised he just sat there the whole time. They do have vision, so you have to respect that. Dragon coming up in 20. I should be able to reach there in time. I'm not super concerned about the game. Obviously, it's disappointing. I like Blue Orb on Kindred. Just because you don't really want to be walking up so close. You want to kind of keep your distance. And once I start stacking MR, I think the enemy team will struggle a lot. But my team is like, we're just getting picked one by one. And we don't have Draven or Irelia for this one. She's not going to move. I think we can fight with Irelia if she comes. I can jump over the wall here. What the hell? Bro, like, what is happening, man? Where is our people, man? How is it so hard to get people to group up when I'm so strong, man? Play around me. Just play around me. Come on. Come on. Come on. Just play around me. Like, just buff me up. I will run at them and kill them. Stop going so differently around areas. I should have just dove the Kindred Lulu. This Draven Nami, I mean, we just don't have people in our team. Also, I'm just getting bursted down too. Like, I don't even know what to say. I am still marked up. I'm ready to go, but I really am starting to get frustrated. Like, please just play around me. Like, just... Nami's like running around with the Draven now, even though they're both getting caught out. But we just have to group up because if we don't group up now, we're never gonna group up. That's how this game has been going. I'm gonna give them Otacon too. Like, look at this attack range. Like, if I just have anyone group up with me here, it's actually just crazy. Like, Nami buffed me up here, and I just, like, delete them. Like, it's actually just crazy here. Like, look. Like, please, just be with me. This is why I hate League of Legends, dude. People don't, like, just... They can't, in their body, in their mind, they just can't group up with you. Like, it's anti-group up, and the game requires so much players to just be in grouped environments. I would have gone like Merc with Zen here. Lord Doms is really good armor pin item. You can go into more of a tank build afterwards. If you want to, you can go into like IE, or you can go into more defensive as well. Whatever you like. But I hope you guys like the video. Be sure to like, subscribe if you haven't already. I think Kindred is really strong. And yeah, good luck on the game. Good luck on the climb. I'll see you guys next time.